Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sheenam Bansal. So today we will talk about the osteoporotic vertebral compression fractures. So firstly, if it is acute fracture, then we will mainly focus on pain medications, that is narcotics, and activity level will gradually progress. We will give calcitonin for 4 weeks if it is less than 5 days old. Bracing may be given or not. If it is old fracture and patient comes with pain, then we will do kyphoplasty. Kyphoplasty, that is, we will augment it with the cement. If there is neurovascular deficit, then we will do anterior or posterior spinal fusion. Yes, we will see the post-traumatic AVN, that is Cammel's disease, in which we will see the intervertebral clefts. Intravertebral clefts we will see. If there is acute fracture, on the T1 we will see it is of low signal, T2 and STI are high signal. Malignant vertebral compression fractures. In the malignant compression fractures, we will see there is complete replacement of normal marrow signal and there is convex posterior vertebral border. Pedicle involvement will be seen and epidural mass will be seen. Now, AAOS clinical practice guidelines for vertebral compression fractures management. They give three recommendations: strongest recommendations, moderate recommendations, and limited. Strongest against vertebroplasty, moderate recommendation for calcitonin use in less than 5 days injury, and calcitonin is given for 4 weeks. In the limited recommendations for kyphoplasty in old cases, and exercise, electrical stimulation, neurovascular deficit. If there is neurovascular deficit, then you can go for spinal fusion and brace use. It is also comes under limited recommendation. In case of MRI, we will see edema if it is acute. On the CT, we will see posterior vertebral body wall, as it is important to rule out malignant cases also, or in the cases of burst fractures. Posterior element, we can also see posterior element in case by getting CT done. In the cases of kyphosis, all weight will be on the axis, apex of the deformity. So there is load transfer to the superior adjacent vertebra. That is why progressive kyphosis takes place. Now, we will do difference between the vertebroplasty and kyphoplasty. In the cases of vertebroplasty, cement extrusion can take place, and there is lack of sagittal correction. We will put low viscosity cement at high pressure, but in the cases of kyphoplasty, we will put high viscosity cement under low pressure. And vertebroplasty is less costly, doesn't need GA. For little, it is recommended for little deformity and for unremitting pain. But kyphoplasty is recommended for where there is much more vertebral collapse and where is more damage. For little deformities, we recommend generally vertebroplasty, but not nowadays cause of cement extrusion takes place.